A major diplomatic tension is heading straight towards India's power corridors. Bangladesh's Criminal Investigation Department has declared former Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina a fugitive in a sedition case tied to alleged online activities targeting the interim government. This adds to the pressure on the former Prime Minister, who fled to India amid deadly protests. Now Dhaka may soon ask India to hand her over, but for India, Hasina is not just an ally. She is the last firewall against a hostile arc stretching from Beijing to Islamabad. During her tenure, Hasina maintained a foreign policy that aligned closely with Indian interests. She resisted large-scale Chinese infrastructure loans, avoiding debt entrapment scenarios similar to Sri Lanka's Hambantota port handover. Her government notably declined Beijing's offer to build deep-sea ports and instead focused on joint ventures with India, including the Maitri Super Thermal Power Project and the Aghora-Agartala rail link, which enhanced energy and transport connectivity across borders. These initiatives contributed to bilateral trade exceeding $15 billion in the previous year. Her government opened ports like Mongla to Indian cargo, reducing transit costs and strengthening economic interdependence. The use of inland waterways and coastal shipping routes further streamlined logistics, benefiting Indian exporters and Bangladeshi consumers alike. Since her departure, the interim administration has shown increased receptivity to Chinese investment under the Belt and Road Initiative, with Chinese engineers reportedly surveying infrastructure sites that could enhance connectivity with Pakistan. This shift risks altering the strategic balance in the region and diminishing India's influence in Dhaka. Security concerns further complicate the situation. India shares a 4,000-kilometer border with Bangladesh, encompassing sensitive northeastern states such as Assam and Tripura. Under Hasina's leadership, Bangladeshi forces cooperated with Indian counterparts to curb cross-border smuggling, human trafficking and extremist activity. Joint patrols and intelligence sharing mechanisms were strengthened, leading to the arrest of several operatives linked to banned outfits. Her administration also played a role in managing the movement of Rohingya refugees, preventing large-scale influxes into Indian territory. Since her exit, reports indicate a rise in unauthorized crossing attempts and renewed activity by Islamist groups. These developments raise concerns about potential destabilization and exploitation by external actors, including Pakistan's inter-services intelligence. The recent uptick in communal tensions and radical messaging in border districts has prompted Indian security agencies to reassess threat levels. Humanitarian considerations also factor into the equation. At 78 years old, Hasina faces legal proceedings that her supporters claim are politically motivated. International observers have expressed concern over the fairness of the judicial process and the possibility of retaliatory actions, including capital punishment. The UN Human Rights Council has previously flagged Bangladesh's use of sedition laws against political opponents, raising alarms about due process and judicial independence. Principles of non-refoulement and India's historical precedent of offering refuge to political figures, such as the Dalai Lama, may inform New Delhi's response. Extending protection to Hasina could reinforce India's image as a regional stabilizer and advocate for democratic norms. Party's organizational strength and grassroots networks remain intact, and its return to power could restore the bilateral momentum built over the past decade. Conversely, not extraditing Hasina could strain bilateral ties, disrupt economic cooperation, and create new security vulnerabilities. As her trial approaches, India faces a pivotal decision. The outcome will likely shape not only the trajectory of India-Bangladesh relations, but also the regional balance of power in the Indo-Pacific. At this juncture, India is in no position to give up.